2018 Big BBQ Bash is coming up this Friday and Saturday. It's an event to benefit Helen Ross McNabb Center. Here with more, Frank Murphy with WNOX, and Amanda is here with Helen Ross McNabb Center. Good to see you.
Hi, Russell. How are you?
We're doing great. Amanda, let's start with you before we get into this. Let's talk about all the things Helen Ross McNabb Center does, because you really are a huge asset to our community.
Yes, and thank you for having us today. Yeah, the Helen Ross McNabb Center provides care for mental illness, addiction services, social services from children, adults, men, women, veterans, and so we're a very big asset in the community for.
In a lot of different counties, right?
In a lot of different counties. We're in 25 counties. Last year we served over 26,000. Wow. And our services just continue to grow with support of our sponsors and BBQ Bash, and just be able to keep those services going.
Yeah, this is a big deal. All right, Frank, let's talk about this big thing.
All right,
and what people need to know about this, because this is a real deal.
Right, this is a certified contest by the Kansas City Barbecue Society. And when you come to this event on Friday and Saturday at Founders Square in Maryville, you might be able to purchase competition barbecue from some of the teams on Saturday. And they've got to cook in all 4 of those categories: chicken, pork, ribs, and brisket. Okay. And what I've got today is some samples from our friend George at Dead End Barbecue. Yeah, let's start with pulled pork.
Those are good samples.
Yeah, and everybody knows pulled pork. So if you're making pork as a competitor, you have a couple things you've got to decide. Do you want to serve the pulled pork as we see it here, because the judge might pick the part with the bark on it, which I would love. I would go for that. Or they might pick the regular part, but you don't have any control over what the judge is going to get, really, because you've got to have 6 servings in the box. It gets passed around the table. So lately I've seen more and more teams do sliced pork loin so that everybody gets the exact same cut when they are judging. Whereas here, it's sort of random. Right. You don't know if the judge is going to get this side of the plate or that side of the plate. And the same thing kind of applies exactly to the chicken. You've got to decide, do you want to do white meat, dark meat, do you want to do pulled? Well, when you go to Dead End, George has got a thing called competition chicken. Now, these look like little throw pillows, I think. But they're actually chicken thighs. So when you look at the other side of it here, you can see they've folded the skin and they've cut it just away, and the bone is prepared in just a way, so that all of the chicken thighs in the box look the same, and therefore they're probably cooked the same. And you have a much better chance of having Judge 1 getting the same tasting experience as Judge 6 as you go around the table. So lately, the thighs, which of course is a juicier piece, and also you know, smaller size, so it cooks faster and cooks more evenly, has been turning up in barbecue contests more so than a pulled chicken or random slices where you don't know. You might end up with a leg or a wing or a
well, you
whatever.
know, you're barbecue over. You're an official judge, though.
I'm a certified barbecue judge with the Kansas City Barbecue Society.
That's a big deal. I mean, that's a big deal. All right, Amanda, how can folks participate in this?
They can go to our website at mcnabbcenter.org, or they can call 329-9120.
Okay, it's going to take place the 22nd and 23rd, Founders Square on Broadway. If you just show up, do you just pay admission?
Well, no, it's actually free admission. If you want to buy a barbecue, you can, but it's also part of the Summer on Broadway festival that the city of Maryville runs. So if you go down the street, there's a farmer's market, there's a craft beer festival, there's a classic car show, and dock dogs down on the grassy area. It's a fantastic day to be in Maryville this weekend. So I highly recommend getting down, especially start with the Big BBQ Bash and probably end there too, because
that would be good. Yeah, and it's going to help.
They'll start cooking it. They'll start cooking it before dawn, and it comes out of the cooker starting around noonish.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. Great seeing you both.
Thanks, Russ. I'd shake your hand, but
that's all right.
You know, sauce.
I'd lick your hand, but that'd be a little weird.